For centuries, the Brothers Grimm sold the world a lie, a world of absolute good and pure evil, where monsters are beasts to slay, curses are whimsical magic, and a single kiss or brave prince can redeem any broken soul. Beauty and the Beast promises love heals all. Snow White promises innocence triumphs over cruelty. These tales wrap human cruelty in a moral veneer, turning systemic rot, petty greed, and violent power into simple, safe fables. Andrzej Sapkowski did not just rewrite these tales, he weaponized them. In The Witcher, the curse is not a spell. It is a prison of guilt. The monster is not a demon, it is a victim of human trauma. The hero's neutrality is not a choice. It is a luxury the world will not allow. Geralt of Rivia, the White Wolf, walks a continent where fairy tales collide with cynical geopolitics, where redemption is a fantasy, and where the line between monster and man dissolves into blood. This is not a story of monster slaying. It is a story of unmasking, stripping away the moral veneer of folklore to reveal the rot of human bureaucracy, the violence of power, and the futility of neutrality in a world that demands you choose. We deconstruct Sapkowski's subversion of the Grimm tradition, the tragic curse of Nivellen, the bloody ultimatum of Renfri, and the shattering of a witcher's neutrality in a world that offers no easy answers. The Brothers Grimm built their tales on a rigid binary. Good is pure, evil is monstrous, virtue is rewarded, sin is punished. There is no gray, no compromise, no lesser evil. Only right and wrong, hero and monster, savior and beast. This simplicity comforts us. It makes the world feel safe. It hides the messy, brutal truth of human existence. Most evil is not monstrous. It is ordinary. Sapkowski shatters this binary completely. He introduces the single most brutal truth of The Witcher, the lesser evil. In a world where every choice brings suffering, every side spills blood, every agenda corrupts, the hero cannot choose good. He can only choose the harm that is smaller. This is not morality. Mare is a UL, which is survival. Geralt's professional code, no emotion, no bias, no involvement, functions not as honor, but as a shield. A shield against the moral chaos of folklore, against the endless demands of kings and peasants, against the guilt of choosing who lives and who dies. He is a monster slayer for hire, a tool of contracts, a man who tries to stand outside the fray. But the continent does not care for his shield. It will claw at it, crack it, and finally shatter it. This subversion is not just literary. It is a rejection of traditional hero narratives. Sapkowski does not give us a champion who defeats darkness. He gives us a killer who tries not to lose his soul. He does not give us a happy ending. He gives us the truth. In a world run by human greed, even the hero cannot be good. Beauty and the Beast is the ultimate fairy tale of redemption. A cursed monster becomes a man through true love's kiss. A spoiled prince learns kindness, a lonely beast finds salvation, and love conquers all darkness. Sapkowski takes this tale and burns it to ash with Nivellen's story, A Grain of Truth. Nivellen is not a prince cursed by a fairy. He is a rapist, a coward, a boy who chose violence over honor. He violated an innocent maiden, a priestess of a forgotten god, and his curse is not a magical prank. It is a spiritual prison, a physical manifestation of his guilt, his corruption, his refusal to atone. He becomes a beast not because of magic, but because of human depravity. No beauty comes to save him. No kiss breaks his curse. No love redeems his broken soul. Nivellen's loneliness is not a tragedy to fix. It is a punishment. His suffering is not a test. It is the consequence of his own cruelty. He begs for love, for forgiveness, for salvation, but Sapkowski refuses to give him the easy redemption of the Grimm tales. This is the heart of the subversion. Monsters are not born from magic. They are born from human sin. Nivellen's curse is not a supernatural threat. It reflects the rot of the man who hides behind his monster's form, using his appearance to avoid the guilt of what he has done. He is a beast not because of magic, but because he chooses to remain one. From this individual tragedy, we see the broader truth. The continent does not just tolerate human evil, it weaponizes folkloric archetypes to hide it. The beast is a scapegoat, a monster to fear, so that humanity never has to face the evil in its own heart. Snow White is a tale of innocent exile, a princess hunted by an evil queen, protected by dwarfs, saved by true love. She is a victim, a martyr, a symbol of purity. Renfri's story is its darkest subversion. She is not a pure princess. She is a survivor of a geopolitical power struggle, a victim of cynical prophecy, a girl turned killer by the men who would control her. Stregobor, the wizard, sees her as a threat, a cursed monster to be eliminated for the greater good. Renfri sees him as the tyrant who ruined her life. Both are willing to spill innocent blood to win. Both are equally destructive. This is the trap of the lesser evil. When both sides are evil, there is no good choice. Only the one that kills fewer people. Geralt enters this nightmare believing his neutrality will protect him. He will not take sides. But Renfri's ultimatum shatters his code: choose or die. The continent does not allow neutrality. It forces the Witcher to pick a side, to stain his hands, to become the thing he hates, a killer who chooses who lives and who dies. Geralt chooses the lesser evil. He kills Renfri. He saves innocent lives, but he does not win. He does not feel heroic. He feels broken. His neutrality is dead. His shield is shattered. He learns the cruelest lesson of all. In a world of human evil, even the hero cannot stay neutral. The system forces him to kill, to compromise, to lose a piece of his soul with every swing of his sword. This is the bridge between failed redemption and systemic corruption. Human bureaucracy and power do not just create monsters, they turn heroes into killers. Renfri is not a monster. She is a victim. The real villain is not the beast or the exile. It is the cold, cynical system that turns people into things to be used and destroyed. In classic folklore, monsters are spiritual threats, demons, curses, creatures of dark magic that test the soul. In The Witcher, monsters are political inconveniences. They are problems to be managed, contracts to be fulfilled, expenses to be calculated. The continent does not fight monsters out of fear of darkness. It eliminates them because they are bad for business, bad for politics, bad for the power of kings and mages. Monster hunting is not a heroic quest. It is a cold economy. Geralt is not a knight-errant. He is a contractor. He takes coin to kill beasts, not for justice, not for virtue, not for glory. The shift from supernatural destiny to mundane contract is one of Sapkowski's most brutal subversions. The magical is made mundane. The heroic is made transactional. This bureaucratic treatment of monsters erodes the Witcher's emotional distance. Geralt tries to stay detached, to see monsters as targets, not victims. He sees Nivellen's guilt, Renfri's pain, the way humans use monsters as scapegoats to hide their own corruption. Every contract chips away at his neutrality. Every monster he slays reminds him the real monster is the system that creates them. The continent does not care about cursed souls or tragic victims. It cares about order, profit, and power. Monsters are not evil. They are obstacles. Humans are not good. They are bureaucrats of suffering, turning pain into policy, trauma into contracts, and victims into monsters. Sapkowski's refusal to give us easy redemption, happy endings, or moral clear answers is not cruelty. It is honesty. In our modern world, we are surrounded by complex systems, bureaucratic evil, and power struggles that offer no good choices. We face the lesser evil every day. We understand the futility of neutrality. We feel the weight of a world that does not allow us to be purely good. By stripping the moral veneer from monsters, Sapkowski forces us to confront the rot within human institutions. We can no longer blame demons or curses for evil. We must blame ourselves. The systems we build, the power we chase, the cruelty we tolerate, these are the real monsters. The true subversion of The Witcher is not the monster who is really a man. It is the world that will not let the hero remain neutral. Geralt does not fail to stay neutral because he is weak. He fails because the world demands choice. Evil thrives on inaction. Neutrality is collaboration. In a world of human rot, the only way to survive is to choose the lesser evil and lose your soul anyway. The Grimm tales are lies. Beauty does not save the beast. Innocence does not conquer cruelty. Neutrality does not protect the hero. In The Witcher, monsters are innocent. Humanity is rot. Curses are guilt. Redemption is a fantasy. The lesser evil is the only choice. Geralt of Rivia walks on, his shield shattered, his soul stained, his neutrality dead. He slays monsters, but he knows the real monster walks beside him, in castles, in thrones, in the hearts of men who call themselves good. He is a witcher, a slayer of beasts, but he cannot slay the rot of humanity. No one can. This is the grain of truth Sapkowski gives us. The monster is not the one with fangs. It is the one with power. The curse is not the one with magic. It is the one with guilt. The hero is not the one with a sword. It is the one who dares to choose and suffers for it.